Edinburgh. It is a city full of medieval history with castles, numerous museums, beautiful sightseeing and fun events. During your visit to Scotland's capital, it is advisable to consult the top 15 of our travel guide with the best and most visited Edinburgh tourist attractions, sightseeing, hidden gems and activities below so that you do not miss any of the places to visit. One, Edinburgh Castle. The most famous tourist attraction and at the top of the Things to Do in Edinburgh list is the castle located on Castle Rock. Edinburgh Castle was built on volcanic soil and has served as a royal palace and garrison castle for centuries. Today the castle houses a number of museums, such as the National War Museum. You can also see the Scottish crown jewels in the castle. Visit famous rooms such as the Great Hall and St Margaret's Chapel and learn about the Scottish monarchs and garrisons who have lived here for years. Important, always book your tickets in advance. 2. Oldtown and the Royal Mile. Oldtown is the district of the Scottish capital where most of Edinburgh's tourist attractions can be found. The Royal Mile is the main street of this Edinburgh area and consists of the smaller streets, Castle Hill, Canongate, Lawn Market and High Street. The street runs from Castle Rock, on which Edinburgh Castle is located, to Holyrood Palace. On the Royal Mile you will find attractions such as St Giles Cathedral, the Scotch whisky experience and the World of Illusions. 3. Visit Calton Hill. The volcanic mountain of Calton Hill is 100 metres above sea level high and gives you a beautiful view over Edinburgh and the Firth of Forth. Edinburgh's Calton Hill is home to a number of well-known Scottish monuments constructed in a classical style, making the hill known as the Athens of the North. The National Museum of Scotland was formed in 2006 following a merger of the Museum of Scotland and the Royal Scottish Museum. The museum has an extensive collection of Scottish antiquities, culture, science, technology, history and natural history. You'll find the must-see museum on Chambers Street, and the best part is entry to the huge museum is free. For 44 years, the ship was the official means of transportation for the British royal family by sea, the Royal Yacht Britannia. Today you can visit the yacht in Edinburgh's harbour town of Leith, tour the royal family's 5-deck yacht with an audio guide and learn about the state apartments and crew cabins. The Royal Yacht Britannia was best known for the large state banquets that were organised on deck. Cool things to do in Edinburgh? Opposite St Giles Cathedral on the Royal Mile, you will find the Mary King's Close, an alley closed off by a gate. Today, the real Mary King's Close is known as an underground network in which myths and urban legends about murders and ghosts reign supreme. Scientifically, seeing the ghosts has been explained by the fact that the Mary King's Close was located near a polluted swamp whose fumes caused hallucinations. It's only possible to visit the real Mary King's Close with a guided tour. The Scotch Whisky Experience. At the Scotch Whisky Heritage Centre, you can participate in the Scotch Whisky Experience. The experience is part museum, highlighting whisky, and part an interactive experience where you will learn more about whisky distilling through a ride in a whisky barrel. You really get to know the Scotch whisky through tasting. At the end of the tour, you will enter the tasting room where you can view the largest collection of Scotch whiskies and try one or more whiskies depending on your ticket. St Giles's Cathedral. The construction of the St Giles Cathedral dates back to the 12th century, but unfortunately nothing has been preserved of the original construction. The last major restorations to the cathedral date from the 19th century, giving the church as we know it today a late Gregorian exterior and a Victorian interior. In the St Giles Cathedral you will find the statue in memory of John Knox, the King's Pillar and the Green Men. Grayfriarskirkyard and Grayfriars Bobby. The cemetery of Grayfriarskirkyard owes its fame to the legend of Greyfriar Bobby, the faithful Skye terrier who continued to guard his owner's grave until his death. At the entrance of the cemetery, Bobby's tombstone can be seen on the spot where his supposed burial place can be found. The grave of owner John Gray is 30 metres north of the entrance. Grayfriars is also used as a filming location for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Princes Street Gardens. The boundary of the older Newtown district is formed by the Princes Street Gardens. This is a park where the museum, the National Gallery of Scotland, is also located. The park exists since 1820, after the Nor Loch was drained. The park is 150,000 square metres and is actually split into two parts by the Mound. The park is best known for the large annual Christmas market, the Scott Monument, and the floral clock. Edinburgh Newtown. Although not as beautiful as the historic Oldtown, the Newtown district also offers a number of interesting Edinburgh attractions. Visit, for example, Georgian House, Princes Street, George Street, Charlotte Square, Circus Lane and St Mary's Cathedral. Newtown Edinburgh is less historic than Edinburgh Oldtown, but still beautiful. In honour of the acclaimed Scottish author Sir Walter Scott, best known for the historical novel Ivanhoe, the Scott Monument was erected in the Princess Street Gardens. With 61 metres high, it is the second largest monument to a writer. On top of the spire, you can see Scott with his dog after a day of writing. On the rest of the monument, you can see dozens of other authors. In the Stockbridge district is Dean Village, which was an independent village in the shadow of Edinburgh until the 19th century. The village is around the Water of Leith, the main river that flows in Edinburgh. Dean Village was best known for its many mills, which were used to grind grain. The historic houses contain beautiful details and are surrounded by greenery. You can walk along the river via a public walking route. In addition to London, Edinburgh is also a city where many locations from the Harry Potter books and films occur. Special Harry Potter tours have been set up in Edinburgh for the Potterheads. In Edinburgh town, for example, visit Riddle's Cemetery or the cafe where Rowling wrote her first books. The Edinburgh Botanic Gardens are definitely a must-see. You have free access with the exception of the 10 greenhouses. The Botanical Garden is part a scientific institution as well as a tourist attraction. The Royal Botanic Garden is 70 hectares in size and contains more than 100,000 different plants in different areas, such as the Rock Garden and the Woodland Garden. From the Botanical Garden, you also have a beautiful view over the skyline of Edinburgh City. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.